Well, hello, my friend, and thank you for joining me as we continue our journey in discovering more and more about the Lord every day. So, I had a dad that came to me years ago. I'll never forget this. Good buddy of mine, and of course, dads were coming to me all the time, and moms and stuff in the pastoral years. But this particular day, this dad said, "Pastor Mark, have you ever wished you could just stop this merry-go-round of life and step off for just 10 minutes? That's all I need, 10 minutes." Man, I could relate to that. In those years, we both had our kids in their younger years, and I mean, life was going by at 150 miles an hour, and I was getting tired, and my wife would get tired, and people were getting tired. Can you relate to that? But that's why I love this passage over in Matthew chapter 11, where Jesus says this fascinating thing: "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And then he says, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Now, what does that mean? Well, I've thought a lot about that over the years, taught it many times, but one of the things that comes to my mind is simply this. When you think about a yoke, that's a yoke, two oxen, and here's the deal: the Lord is our stronger ox. Now, I hope you don't see that as irreverent. The Bible uses animal metaphors all the time, but think about this. In that experience of being yoked with the Lord in this thing called life, isn't it good to know He's the stronger ox and He carries the weight? And because of that, to Him, being the God of the universe, it's lightweight. It's no problem. And as long as you, as the junior ox, just stays right by His side, He's carrying most of the weight, but you get to go along walking right beside Him. My problem comes, and your problem comes, when we begin to drift away and it releases Him and we take the yoke with us, and He says, well, you can take the yoke on your own if you want to, but it's going to weigh you down. And my friends, isn't it true that we do that to ourselves so often? I remember being in Florida beaches. We would get on a little raft out, floaty out in the Gulf, and the families maybe building sand castles, and I'm getting a little rest out there, and maybe I take a little snooze, and 5 minutes later I wake up, and they've moved the umbrella. They've moved our sand castles. They're way down the beach. Well, of course they didn't move it. I drifted. And that's what we do as a weaker ox. We tend to drift away from walking closely with the Lord, and the weight of the yoke we take with us. He says, just come back. Just stay by my side. I am your stronger ox. Oh, my friend, if you find yourself drifted away, you'll know by the fatigue. Just come back and say, sorry, Lord, I drifted again. You are my stronger ox. Until next time, keep listening for the whispers of God.